Good morning, class. Today is March 26, 2014, and we'll be talking about life on the home front during the Civil War. Yesterday, we talked about the different plans of the North and the South and their views on what would help them win the war. Once the First Battle of Bull Run was fought, with the North having more resources as far as soldiers, the factories for the weapons, the railroads to get weapons and ammunition and supplies to and from places quicker. Once that battle was over, with the South defeating the North, even though the North had all them advantages, Lincoln knew that he had to change his plans. Remember, he went to the Anaconda Plan, which was he would put ships in the southern seaports and take and surround the South and slowly squeeze the life out of them, so they couldn't get supplies or anything that they needed necessary for war. The South plan was basically just to wear down the North and to protect their homes and land. The South also hoped that other countries like Britain and France would help them because they depended on cotton. But it was Britain that was against slavery, so it was also the Union that hoped that Britain may help them. Life on the home front. Civilians, these people are not in the military. They're active during the war, but they're just not a part of the fighting. Most civilians were women because neither the North or the South allowed women to fight. Women had to take over many different responsibilities because the men were gone. They took over factories, working in factories, business, farm jobs, running businesses or plantations. Some women became spies, dressed as men so they could fight in battles. Clara Barton worked as a nurse. Many men did this before the war, but more and more women were starting to help take care of the soldiers when they were injured, and Clara Barton was just one of them. She followed the Union soldiers from battle to battle, caring for the soldiers. She also taught school and was a government clerk. Today, Clara Barton's work is still carried on. She founded the American Red Cross in 1881. The war and slavery. The North plan was working, but the Union was still losing many soldiers. Lincoln knew that slavery was the main issue. He was writing this Emancipation Proclamation, or an order freeing the slaves, but he was debating on letting this come out. He knew that freeing the slaves would hurt the South and bring the British to he felt that it would bring the British to the Union side because they needed cotton, but they were against slavery. Lincoln ended up writing this Emancipation Proclamation, bringing this out in order of freeing all the slaves. This caused a great deal of havoc both in the North and the South. Northern Democrats were against Lincoln because of this. They were angry that he wrote this order freeing all the slaves. Remember, Lincoln became a Republican so he could fight against the spread of slavery. Lincoln's original view, although ultimately he knew that he wanted to get rid of slavery totally, he initially just came out and said he wanted to stop the spread of it. Now, the slaves in the South, many of them were running away, trying to get to the free North, so they could become free, because obviously the fugitive slave laws would not be in place anymore because of this Emancipation Proclamation. And remember, the fugitive slave laws said that any slave caught running away would have to be returned to the owner, and the person that was helping it run away, the slave run away, would be punished for that. That's the end of our slideshow for today. Remember, you'll have a quiz on these slides tomorrow, and we will start the next part of our presentation tomorrow. Thank you.